Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this absolutely gorgeous Hyundai ix35 2.0 CRDI 16 valve automatic. Now that's quite a mouthful, so I'll break that down for you. It's the Hyundai ix35, a very popular 4x4. This is the four-wheel drive model with the automatic gearbox and the most powerful 2-litre diesel engine in there as well. It's a two-owner from new car. First registered in November 2011. The second keeper, who is the current registered keeper, bought the car as a demonstrator from Bushey Heath Hyundai Garage in Hertfordshire, in Bushey, obviously, Bushey Heath to be precise. The car's covered just over 47,000 miles at time of filming. Oh, we're getting a lot of sunlight in there. I'll just drop down a bit if I can, or maybe come up. Yeah, that's probably better. It's done that mileage and has a full Hyundai service history to accompany the vehicle as well. The last service carried out in October 2016, just a few thousand miles ago, if that. In fact, it was done starting with a 47147, and we've got the bill here to prove it as well. Now this is the premium edition, so as you can see here for yourself, it's got those massive alloy wheels, the chrome effect handles. It's also, this one's got the side step as well, which is not just a very cool cosmetic thing, but it's also very good and functional as well. So if you've got small children or even small people, as I say when I'm talking about side steps, then it's much easier to get in and out of the car with those attached. Other chrome features include around the grille and around those front fog lights, as you can see, but then it's also got loads of other features going for it as well, including panoramic sunroof, dual sunroofs in fact, which I'll show you, reversing camera, parking sensors at the rear. It's really got a load of stuff which I'll take you in due course, but what I want to do now is get up close and personal with the car just to show you exactly what it is that you're coming down to get. So I'm going to start off right here at the bonnet just to show you a couple of tiny little stone chips on the car. They're very minor. I think you'll find these on most cars that you're looking at, especially ones that have done around about 40 or 50,000 miles. I'm being very fussy. I'm showing them all to you. If you want to get this car fully resprayed on the bonnet just for a few stone chips, then feel free to do so. It's really just having a look at that one there. It's really up to you. But it doesn't need it, and indeed when you stand back from the car you can see it's got a lovely deep shine to it, very nice metallic paint, no big scratches or anything like that, no cat or any animal's been using it as a bed when the engine's warm. It's in good condition. Now carrying on down the bumper, we're going to go around the driver's side first of all. Tiny little bit of chipping thing going on just down here, very minor. I'm showing you all of this because I want you to see for yourself the exact condition this car is coming in. It's actually in great condition regardless of the age or mileage. I think if you went to a Hyundai dealer or any used car dealer for that matter, you're going to find scratches and marks on their fleet of cars as well, on their stock. These cars though have been prepared here at Sell Your Car UK to a very high standard, and they are privately owned vehicles being sold using our service, so that you are going to have savings on the prices that you would find down at those dealers as well. Good tyres, lots of life left in them. In fact, one of these tyres is practically brand new. You've got Hankook tyres on 3 and the spare as well, although the spare tyre does actually need replacing. It looks like an old tyre that's been on the car. We can certainly have a discussion about that. I'm just showing you here, you've got loads of life left in those discs. The pads as well, hard to show you in this video, but all and any inspections are welcome. So if you want to come down here with a friend who's a mechanic, or perhaps arrange an AA inspection or an RAC inspection, we'll happily entertain that. Now coming down the car, in fact I'm going to just do my patented bounce. It's not patented at all, but anyway I'm just going to bounce down like this against the car just to show you the bodywork is very tidy indeed. This is all original paint, and you can see for yourself there's no dings or dimples or ripples in that paint, so it's in lovely condition. There are some marks on the car. I've just shown you some, for example, on the bonnet, but I just want to make sure that you can see the condition for yourself in this video. Hello, you can see me. But the point is, that's some very nice shiny paint right there. The point is that it is in very good condition. I think you'll forgive it a couple of little scratches here and there, and I'll show you everything as best as I can. I'm just looking for a scratch on this door, which I happen to know does exist. Right, there you go. See, I told you I'm being fussy, but I want to show you it. I want to make sure you are aware of it. Coming around the back of the car now, just show you The rear tyre on the driver's side, this is another one of the Hankooks. This, you can see, has got loads of life left in that tyre. This looks like the spare that was actually in the car and is now on it, because you can still see loads of bristles here on the side of it. Good condition alloy wheels. There is some curbing, which I think you can forgive, and certainly you can expect it, but the wheels are actually in very, very good condition, very tidy. As you can see here, those discs, and I can't really show you the pads, but the pads are good as well. It brakes lovely. It's in great mechanical condition. It was just serviced what, 1,000 miles ago. Coming around the back of the car here, good condition, no scrapes, no scuffs. Again, you can see my legs, my feet, my funky shoes, but I'm just showing you that the paint is very good. There's no scuffs or anything like that, no scrapes. Coming along the rear of the bumper here, which is really the loading area. Oh, now you can see my funky shoes. Right here you can see, don't look at them, look at this. I'm just showing you little marks here on the bumper. Nothing too severe, nothing too serious. And you're not going to start respraying a whole bumper just because of these little marks that you see here, and indeed they're only going to get more after time. So if you did respray it, no doubt within a couple of weeks, taking some shopping out of the car, you'll probably end up doing this yourself and then ruining the day you ever wasted that money. Now the tailgate of the car is also very tidy. There's no dents or anything like that in here where it's been reversed into a lamppost. I've seen it all here, let me tell you. No, it's in very, very tidy condition and nothing for you to worry about. Apologies for the noise there in the background as a car starts doing a manoeuvre next to us, and apologies as well for the sound in the foreground, as I haven't stopped talking now for the last I don't know how long. Anyway, looking around the car, I'm now just showing you this side of the car as well. Little tiny mark just down there, that's worth showing you, but other than that it's very, very clean and tidy. I'll just show you while I am here as well. Here's your reversing camera. Now this is the new camera that is on the car. The old cameras were renowned for having faults and failures. This car was no exception to suffer from that. So this car has had a new camera fitted, which was done by Bushy Heath Hyundai. Now we've got rear parking sensors as well. And also, I know it's really part and parcel of the car, but I really like this trim. It's nice, it's a nice accent to the bottom of the car down there. And the back of the car looks lovely, great lights. It's a good looking car, this Hyundai ix35, it's got to be said. Right, coming around the passenger side now, few marks on this side, and I'll try my best to show you that in this video. For example, and it's going to really be hard to show you, but there are a couple of very light scratches. There you go. You can just about, all the sunlight's causing me some focusing issues. There you go, you can just about see that line there. You can see the metallic paint. And you can also just see this very faint, and I mean it really, really faint. This will come out with a full machine polish, but it is what it is. That's caused by a branch or something. Yeah, but when you stand back from the car, if you didn't know it was there, believe you me, you'd never have known it was there, and you'd never have noticed it. And I'm showing it to you, and some would argue, well, why bother showing it to us, Nicky? Well, the fact is, I'm showing it to you because I don't want you to have any nasty surprises. If you come down to see the car, I want you to know that's there, and if you're not bothered by it, that's great. I'm not bothered by it, but I don't want you to stumble across it and think I haven't shown it to you or withheld information from you. So that's why I'm showing you something so minor. Moving down here though to the wheel arch, it's not so minor, but it is still pretty minor. It's just not as minor as that. You've got some little scuffs going along down here, you can see here. And as I say, it is quite minor. It is a little scuff. And as well as the little scuff, it's hard to show you, but there you go. You can just see the ripple in the paint just there. That is obviously a tiny ding. It can be easily remedied. Paintless dent repair behind that panel, pushing that out or pulling it out, whichever way works best, and that would be flat and smooth. But to sort all of this out, some of it will come out with a machine polish, but other bits here, you can see there, for example, the paint has actually been taken very, very small. I am really being fussy. If I stand back, you can see that tiny little mark there on the car. You wouldn't have noticed it had I not shown it to you. Now around this side, I want to show you this wheel. This wheel's got a little bit more curbing to it than the ones we've seen so far, but again, I think it's very forgivable and you can easily live with it. If you want to refurb wheels though, if you want them absolutely mint, then do have a chat with us about it, because we've got great contacts here in the trade who will give us fantastic prices, so we can pass them on to you and you can then get all the work done you want to get done. if you want this car to be in a different condition to the one you see it in right now. Just showing you again loads of life in all the brakes and the tyres, so that again you're not going to waste your time when you come down to see the car. You know exactly what it is you're going to get. A couple of marks on this door here, just show you that there, little scratches there, and there's also a bit of a long scratch just here. You can see that there, look, a little smile. That won't polish out. You can either touch it in with a little bit of paint or do what they call a smart repair. So essentially body work, but they're not going to replace the panel. It's just a case of getting a really good body shop who will file that down, sand that down, put a little bit of filler over it, smooth it all out, paint it all up, put proper lacquer on it, and it will never fade and it will be good as new. That's a good body shop. We have a very good body shop and they will happily do this for us, and you're looking at about £150, which isn't cheap. I know there are some places out there that would do this panel for like 60 quid, but 6 months later you end up with a big old patch there, which is grey when the rest of the car is black, because they've not used quality materials and they've not taken the time to prep it correctly. We use a really good body shop. Their work is guaranteed. I stand by them wholeheartedly. I've chosen all the best tradesmen I can find here at Sell Your Car UK. So if you want that sorted out, we can get that sorted out for you, or you can just leave it, which I, to be honest with you, wouldn't hold against you at all. It kind of vanishes when you step away from the car. At certain angles it's visible. If the car's covered in dirt, you'll never know it was there. It's up to you entirely. But the seller of the vehicle, who we're selling it on behalf of here, they've given us the car in the condition it's in, and we're happy to sell it in that condition. So that's how it's coming. And now you know, like I said, no nasty surprises. Now I'm going to carry on around the car, and just to show you again, a nice wing mirror here, a little bit of dirt. I'm a bit annoyed with my valeters there. I'll have words with them, but there's no marks or scratches or anything like that on those wing mirrors, and all of these lights and everything, which are very expensive to replace if you smack them off, those are working all fine. Electrically folding wing mirrors, I should point that out as well. Now this is not a Hankook tyre, this is a Zeta, which is a kind of a mid-range brand, and it's in good condition, and it is very, very new in fairness. Recently replaced. It's probably about half the price of a Hankook tyre, which is probably why it's on the car. It's a very, very good tyre in terms of quality, road holding, wet distribution and all the rest of it. But obviously it's not an expensive brand, so that's probably why they've chosen to do the replacement with this one instead of a Hankook. You've got in here, and it's probably just down to a puncture. How annoying must that have been? Good brake discs, again, lots of life in the pads, and this wheel is very, very tidy indeed. There is a tiny bit of curbing on it, which I will show you now. There it is, but the rest of the wheel is all looking absolutely fab. Now, just to come around the front of the car again and finish off just about where we started, looking at this side of the bumper, a couple of those little marks on this corner as well, similar to that on the other side, if you remember all that time ago. But again, stand back from the car, those marks kind of blend, they just vanish, and let's be honest, you'll pick up a couple, I'm sure, yourself. But it is looking good this side of the bumper. No big scuffs, no big scratches, no dents. All the lights as well, should mention that they are all clear, crystal clear, no fogging up and no condensation, which is always a good sign. Not the end of the world, but always a good sign. And those chrome effects as well, looking really nice and sharp. They're not bubbling up or anything like that. And again, I just like this accent. It's just a nice touch, this little silver bit of trim at the front and the back and the bottom of the bumpers. And there we have it, we're back to where we started from. So that is the car cosmetically all the way round, and as you saw for yourself, it's in lovely condition. It really is. It's a great little car, this. I say little, it's a great little big car. It's coming with 2 keys, which look like this. Both of them do. We've only got the one here, and the nice thing about these keys is it is actually keyless entry and keyless go. So all you need to do is walk up to the car with the key. You don't need to have pressed any buttons. You'll see for yourself it is currently locked. There is a little button just here on the door handles. You've got this on both the front door handles and also on the boot as well. Push that button, and as long as the key is in your pocket or on your person, then the car will unlock. And I'll show you now the inside of this car, which is just lovely. It really is. You've got a half leather interior in here, so the seat backs and the seat base, the center part is a cloth, which is a really nice honeycomb kind of effect to it, kind of black and grey, and then you've got black leather supporting the rest of the seats. They are height adjustable on the driver's side, and then there's obviously reach adjustable and recline adjustable as well. You've got electric windows front and rear, and that front one for the driver's side is an auto one-touch button. We'll just wait for the camera to decide to show you that. And then you've also got your central locking buttons up here as well, and your electric wing mirror buttons, and the control here to fold your electric wing mirror in or out. You've got mats throughout in lovely condition, all nicely embossed with the ix35 logo. Likewise on the kick plates down here as well, all in great condition. This car really is lovely. It's really held up well over the last 5 years and 50 odd, well not 50 odd, but almost 50,000 miles. I'm going to pop the key. Oh, I don't have to pop the key in the ignition because it's keyless go. So all you need to do is have the key on your person and push this button down here, the engine start stop button, which I'll do now. And it says welcome. It's nice, isn't it? And then all the lights come on, all the dash lights up. The only thing that, thank goodness, doesn't light up is all the warning lights. There's nothing wrong with the car at all. The only ones that are staying on are these ones down here, which says check your brake, and the seatbelt sign. A bit hard to show you on that one. But the reason that's doing that is because we've got the handbrake on, which I'll take off and keep my foot on the brake, so you see that light goes out. And the seatbelt, obviously, I'm not going to go for a drive in the car, so that seatbelt light will keep on. We've got the mileage here. Now, I've been saying 47, 48, it's under 50. It's actually under 47. It's 46,836 miles at time of filming. Do expect that mileage to go up, though. The car is in use constantly. It's going to be retained by the customer whilst we have it advertised for sale. But of course, any viewings, inspections, etc. are all welcome at our lovely little shop in Edgware at SellYourCarUK. The other nice things to show you on here, you've got this lovely display. So this one here showing you your petrol gauge, which, as you can see there, is not exactly bursting with fuel at the moment, and so we'll probably see a petrol light coming on soon during this video. But we've also got here, it says P, which is for your automatic gearbox, which is controlled over here. And with the automatic gearbox, if I sling it down all the way to there, you'll see it says D now there for drive, but if I push that lever to the right, you'll see it now says 1. You have manual controls in this car. It won't let me go any higher than 2 for obvious reasons. It won't allow me to drive away from a standing start in more than second gear, but that is controllable by you. All you need to do is when you've got it over here, you just push it up or pull it down, depending on where you want to change the gears to. When you put it in reverse, you get your parking camera, which comes up on this screen, which you will see when you come to drive the car. The other thing this car does as well is it has the yes, hang on, that's why, because the screen isn't on. The other thing you have in this car is a good stereo. I can't play them any more of that, otherwise I've got to pay for it on YouTube. You've got FM and AM, not DAB in this car. The media button there, I'll just show you what I'm pressing here. The media button here, that is for your CD, which goes into this little slot just up here. As you can see, it's also Bluetooth, so you can also sync your phone to it and play music out through an MP3 player or your phone if it's got music on it. Over here you've got your map buttons, which if I press that, it's touchscreen as well, so I just press that and you can see here it's telling us where this video is being taken, and it's a lovely clear screen, very nice display. And that is pretty much all I'm going to show you on that. It's pretty self-explanatory. There is an enormous handbook I'll show you in due course if you do need to learn how to use that, but it's a nice touch. It can also be controlled using the buttons on your steering wheel. You've got a multifunction steering wheel here, and as you can see there, you've got volume controls, and you can select different stations or mode or mute and all the rest of it. Yep, I read those buttons out. Down here you've got buttons for your phone, Bluetooth, as I said to you. It's got hands-free, and that can be controlled using the phone, the steering wheel controls, so you don't need to take your hands off the wheel. You've got another little button over here which is for voice command, which I'm not going to demonstrate because it's always embarrassing how it never works, but it does work. It's just, you know, sometimes it doesn't pick up on what you're saying. We've all been there. And then over here is the cruise control. It's coming with cruise control, which is an absolute godsend, especially if you do drive on the North Circular or the M60 ring road or the M1 or the M6 or any motorway or road for that matter with average speed checks. You've got your cruise control there. Over here we've got wipers. They are auto wipers. Over here we've got lights. They are auto lights, so you don't have to worry if it rains. The wipers come on automatically, and the lights do the same when it gets dark. Over here you've got diff lock if you want to go off-roading. You've also got a hill descent control, not too dissimilar to that found in a Range Rover, so that will control your descent downhill. So this car is four-wheel drive, and it will handle the rough stuff. How well it does that is to be decided by you when you do take it out off-road, if you ever do, but it is capable of doing so. And you can also turn your traction control off if it's snowing, or you are off-roading, or you're going around a track, or you're insane. That button is there for you. This button here just adjusts the brightness of the dials. few more bits to show you. It doesn't end there. Down here next to the gear lever, we've got the active eco system. So if you press that, then it makes the car a little bit more economical, and you get the little eco light down there, which just saves you a bit of fuel. Behind the gear lever, in this nice little cubby hole here, you've also got 2 cigarette lighter ports, for want of a better way of describing it, or power sockets. That's probably the better way to do it. 12-volt power sockets can be put in there, and then you can see it says aux, iPod, USB. So if you do want to plug in something by USB or through an auxiliary headphone jack, then that's where it goes in. And then again, in media, that will appear when you press this button just here next to the stereo. Thank you for focusing, camera. Now below the stereo, not here, these little buttons here, and above those little things there, we've got a few more little gadgets and gizmos to show you, which are very cool. So we'll start here, and I'll show you we've got heated seats for the driver and the passenger. They are 2 controls. They are 2 zone or 2 settings. So you've got very hot, warm, and then off. So I guess 3 settings if you include off. Here you can turn off your parking sensors. So if you're towing something, or you're just sat in the car very close to a rear wall and you don't want it beeping at you when you've got it in reverse, whatever your reasons, you can turn them off there. And then just above all of that, you've got this fantastic dual zone climate control, which I will just turn on with the power of pressing AC. And now something to show you here, you've got this lovely blue hue to all of the lights. And in fact, when the lights are on, everything lights up with this blue hue, this lovely blue light that comes on. It's very smart. It looks great. I'm a big fan. It's better than a white light. It's just not as bright. It's not as invasive on your eyes. It's just a really nice subtle color, and also looks quite smart. So here you've got dual zone climate control. As you can see here, it's set to 22 degrees on both sides. If I push over here, I can increase this side, and this side stays the same. If I push over here, then I can have my own side. Or if I press the dual button just here, you actually saw the word dual appear, then the whole car is whatever I, the driver, the person in control, have chosen the temperature to be. You can adjust the speed of the fans as such. It's a pretty self-explanatory climate control system, but it is climate control, dual zone, nice touch. It really is a nice touch. There's lots and lots in this car. Over here, a little button for your rear heated screen. And that is pretty much everything to show you as the driver and what the driver can see. The only thing now to show you is for the passengers. So for a start, the condition is fabulous. I'm just going to show you the seats in here. So they're in great condition. You've got ISOFIX points in the back, so if you want to plug your babies in, you can do. You've got 3x3 point seat belts, so 3 full-size adult humans can sit in the car, and a center armrest that's got cup holders in it as well. I'll show you that in a moment. I'm going to go in the back and have a look around and show you everything in there as well. I just want to quickly show you as well, you've got dual sunroofs as well, which is a fantastic feature, which means you've got this beautiful big panoramic roof above the rear seats, which if you've got babies, they can look out at the sky, and that's just lovely. And if you've got small kids, it's just nice. It's just a really nice thing to have. And then the front one here, and they've also got these blinds on them as well. The front one here is actually an opening tilt and slide sunroof panoramic roof, which is a really fantastic, all controlled using that little button just there. So that will tilt up or indeed slide back. Yeah, really, really lovely feature to have. Lets a lot of light into the cabin, especially when you've got dark interior. It just allows a lot of light to come in. Oh, I better turn that off. Right, so let me just quickly show you in the back. Pinging at me because the door's open. Quickly show you in the back. It's in fabulous condition in here. It has been used to carry children, but the car is in really good condition. There's no tears or rips. Never been used to carry pets or smokers, so there's no nasty smells or anything like that. It's got floor mats throughout. The car is in lovely condition. I'll just quickly show you actually that center armrest with those cup holders in it. Let that focus a little bit there. Electric windows in the back as well, and this is a really, really key and nice feature as well. Heated seats in the back. How thoughtful are Hyundai. Keep those kids quiet in the winter, won't it? Right, I'm going to come around the boot. In true Sell Your Car UK style, we will show you in the boot because we have all the docks. Now, we haven't actually got all the docks for this video, but we do have all of the docks. We've got the V5, we've got the recent MOT, which was done in January 2017 with no advisories, and we've also got the service book, which is with all the stamps in it. It's actually a replacement service book, but we do have the most recent service, which shows here the mileage, which was at 45,471, which is a little bit lower than I said it was before, but still only about 1,000 1,000 miles ago. As I said, 45,500 miles, and we can see here it had a full service, which also included the brake fluid change being done as well. We've got the service book, which we will give you. That's the only physical bill we've got. We've also got handbooks, which live in these two handy little wallets, and all the handbooks are here, including this monster of a book for the navigation system, but don't be alarmed because it is in all of those different languages. Oh, thank goodness. We've got the owner's manual and all the other bits and bobs. Underneath here, we've got the spare wheel, which, as I said, has been on the car, so it probably does need replacing. We'll have a chat with the seller about that. But in the meantime, there's not much more to show you. We've got the locking wheel nut, all the tools. It's quite a nice and spacious boot. And you've also got split folding rear seats as well, and likewise tether hooks, not likewise, but as well as, you've got these tether hooks here. Now let me move that out of the way so I can show you. So if you've got a different kind of car seat, you can certainly put them on and have that in place securely. This boot floor, nice flat floor, and the seats do fold. They don't fold completely flat, but they fold 60-40, so you can either have this side down or the middle seat and this side down. It's up to you. And there we have it. That is pretty much everything that I can possibly think of to show you about this absolutely gorgeous car. Now, it is for sale, exclusively using our services here. If you're interested in the car and you need finance, do have a chat with us. We can certainly organise that for you. Likewise as well, I say organise that for you, so we can have a chat with you about that. We can also, got to be clear on that, we can also arrange part exchanges, test drives, viewings, inspections, as I mentioned, whatever. Do give us a call if you want to have a bit of a chat with us and arrange to see this car, because there is only one place to get this beautiful Hyundai ix35 premium 2-litre CRDI 16 valve automatic, and that is exclusively using the services here at SellYourCarUK. Thanks for watching this incredibly long video.